Welcome back to 7 News at 11. Do you find yourself feeling frustrated, bitter, or maybe resentful in some ways? Well, those feelings, are you going to answer something there?
No.
Those feelings could be keeping you from seeing all your life has to offer.
Well, that is according to the author of The Gratitude Factor, Enhancing Your Life Through Grateful Living. Jesuit priest and Regis University psychology professor Charles Shelton authored the book. He's with us today on Labor Day. Thanks for coming in, Dr. Shelton. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Christine.
So we talked during the commercial break. This took you about 4 years to put together. How did you start a project like this? What made you think, I'm going to write a book about this?
Well, in my psychotherapy practice, I would be dealing with people with various issues. And what I discovered was, if you didn't have the capacity for gratitude, you would get stuck in victimhood or sense of entitlement. And gratitude was really the way to heal. And you just needed gratitude. And being a Jesuit priest and a professor, I've talked to hundreds of former alumni, and you get a perspective on your life in middle age or in your older years. And you look back in your life, the ups and the downs, and you get to a point where you get a grateful perspective. And in the book, I talk about how gratitude is the emotion of adulthood. And those two reasons led me to do interviews with people and to write the book.
So why is it important for, especially for people in this day and age, to develop gratitude and understand what it means?
That's a good question. Number one, it's just a positive experience. And when we have a positive experience, we feel happy. Also, we live, of course, in an age of stress. And people who have gratitude have what I call in the book, a gratitude surplus. They have something extra, and that becomes a buffer then for handling the stress, the stressors, the negativity that we have in life. Also, studies have shown that people who feel grateful have less selfish desires. They don't feel they need as much, and materialism doesn't seem to be as important to them.
Their focus is different.
And they can get by with what they have, and they just feel grateful about that. And other researchers talk about gratitude as a moral emotion, and that it is, and it helps us to behave ethically.
Let's talk about that focus a little bit more, because I imagine if you're talking to somebody who's had a rough go, maybe you've lost a job, or had a rotten day, and you're saying, hey, be grateful. They're looking at you like, oh, yeah, right. How do you get them past that point?
Well, gratitude is like a muscle that has to be developed and has to be used. And I think the greatest, what I call the sin against gratitude, is that we take things for granted. Now, we all have our ups and downs. We all have stresses in our lives. And, we can't even face a tragedy. But when we get perspective from it, we tend to see that we also develop strengths. We find the kindnesses of other people. We find something out about ourselves that we didn't know before. And so with a perspective, we can develop this kind of grateful attitude towards that. And that helps us to heal. It helps us to carry on. And it also inspires us. It gives us confidence. It helps us in terms of self-knowledge. People who are grateful feel that they've grown up and they feel more happy, healthy adults.
I know in the Buddhist religion, talking about being grateful is huge in that religion. So for people who might have a hard time being grateful, what is the first thing that they can do? Is it a different mindset?
The first thing to do is to carve out some time to reflect, and that's very difficult in this day and age where we have so many stressors and the frantic, lifestyle that we live. Our parents used to talk about examination of conscience. In the book, I talk about an examination of gratitude. Take a few moments, carve it out, think of the important relationships, things you take for granted, and that's how you start to feel grateful.
All right, that's good advice. Dr. Shelton, thanks for coming in on Labor Day. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Remind us to be grateful. And again, the book is called The Gratitude Factor, Enhancing Your Life Through Grateful Living. It's something there for everyone. The screen looks a little blank right now, but trust me, that's the title of the book. There's the graphic coming up. There's a look at the title and the cover of the book as you're looking for it in the bookstore. So, Dr. Shelton, thanks again.
Thank you.
Well, the website